Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here for the Red Sox Racing Series, Summer Series. We are set to get headed here in West Virginia for 24 laps here at Summit Point Raceway. Should be fun. Qualifying going underway right now. Everybody out there on track. Of course, no multi-class. We had a special guest in the booth last week with Paul Gibson. We're going to do a pre-race interview here in just a moment. Before we take on this 1.98 mile track. And I believe this track's only 10 turns. Yep, 10 turns it looks like. Should be fun. This track, everybody's kind of familiar with because this is actually a free track on our racing, or was for a lot of people. I do want to get an interview in, though, just because I said I would. And I want to talk to Todd Chase. The reason why I want to talk to Todd Chase is because he's our co-broadcaster here on the channel that does broadcast with us sometimes. He's new to road racing, so that's one of the reasons why I want to talk to him and bring him in right now. Todd Chase Jr. It's Adam Chapman up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I sure do.
Summit Point, man. Tell us about your season so far. Now you joined this basically as a learning experience, and you've gotten better from what I've noticed.
Yeah, I've been putting a lot of time and effort into it. I know we were just talking. Compared to Tuesday at this track here when they had a practice, I gained 2 seconds tonight just by running with these guys earlier. So this season's basically going to be a learning curve for me. I mean, tonight you could see we didn't even put a lap in just because I wanted to start in the back because I didn't want to be in anybody's way. You know, I'm not as fast as these guys, but I'm kind of learning on the go per se. So
this is the best way to learn in my opinion.
I think so too. I mean, everybody in here is pretty cool. You know, if you need help, you can always ask questions, and they're willing to help you. So,
for sure. Summit Point. Let's talk about this racetrack. This is a track I talked to you about earlier. Way before. I mean, we've been in here for about an hour now, but probably a bit longer than that. But I talked to you about it before. This is a track that you're starting to like a little bit.
Yeah, the more I run on it, I think the better I get at it, and then the more fun I have. Just like last week when we were at Mid-Ohio, you know, I didn't really care for the track, you know, at the beginning, but the more laps I put down and I started seeing how fast I was improving and stuff, it started to become fun. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to. I know we got Donington July the 8th. I think we have next week off. Yeah, we have next week off, July 4th. But we come back to 8th and run. Donington, I don't know what I think about that, but Monza Jr. I'm really looking forward to just because I feel like you can actually do really well at Monza, especially the junior circuit because literally it's almost like an oval. And for people that don't know, Todd actually knows how to race oval pretty well. Still new to the road side of things. How long have you been racing road? You ain't raced it too long. I mean, you've been on iRacing for a while now, but you haven't really committed.
Yeah, I really this is the first time I've actually committed to a road racing league.
Yeah.
So, and I every once in a while here I'll dip my toes into like something really easy on road like the MX-5s and the Formula Vs that we have now, but just to basically keep my license up. I hate it too. It's really hard to drive.
Like
some people say.
Yeah, like for I thought it was supposed to be easier to skip barber. I literally spin that car out so much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, dude, good luck. We're going to be watching you. Have fun tonight. That's the main thing. So go see what you can do.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. All right, there is Todd Chase Jr. Talk to him. Alex LaRose right now on top of the board. We're going to swap over to our big screen because if not, I will forget. There we go. Big screen here for Summit Point. Getting ready to go 24 laps here. You see all the cars out there getting some qualifying in. Of course, a lot of cars use this still as practice as well. This is a fun race. Started 24 laps. Do have to make one pit stop. Got Mitch Heller's in here. He's 6th right now on the board. And this is one of the things that I've liked about this summer series when it was brought to me. I did not mind the multi-class. I love the single-car class. It puts everybody in a league or in a race that is literally with the best of the best. I mean, Mitch Heller, we've seen him dominate last season in the GTE series with multi-class. Well, now he's in here with Paul Gibson, Alex LaRose, Colin Weatherholt. You're seeing him 6th right now, which is great, though. This is going to, I'm going to be honest, if Mitch gets much better, you know, just saying. Terry Dawes up in 10th. That's a great run so far for him. And these are the GT4s, so they are a little bit slower than what we normally run. Well, we did run GT4 class last season, but this car drives really weird to me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but to me, it's just a weird car to drive with the downshifted and stuff. But all in all, it's a pretty fun car to race. But we'll see. So, yeah, for people that do not know, Donington next week and then Monza the week after. Or, I'm sorry, Donington in 2 weeks and then Monza the week after that. This schedule only 6 weeks long. So, it's not a very, very long schedule by any means. But good enough for, to make some fun stuff happen. If you guys have not, make sure you like us over on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube if you're watching, please. That is more important, actually, than subscribers, to be honest. It helps this pop up on people's recommended. So, yeah, make sure you do so, if you don't mind. Get ready to go green here in just a couple moments. Qualified to wrap it up right now. It does look like Alex LaRose may be the one to wrap this up. Ross Booth is in here tonight. Good to see Ross back in here. You can watch him over on twitch.com/Zippy, I believe is the name of it. Zippy. The real Zippy. Sorry, the real _Zippy. You can watch him over there and see what he can do. He's always fun to watch in car. Great driver as well. Qualifying has almost concluded. We got one car crossing the start-finish line. That is Reed Rundle. Crossing the start-finish line does not improve on his lap time, so he will be starting 15th. You see right there on your screen. As we get set to go, cars are popping off the track, going to be popping on the grid, and get this one underway here for 24 laps around Summit Point. We're looking at times about 1 minute and 13 seconds, so this race will not take very long at all. As we look here, you guys can look here at your starting grid up here for the Red Sox Racing Series. Alex LaRose, Colin Weatherholt, Paul Gibson, Nikhil up in fourth. Good qualifying effort for that 42 car. Cameron Bidwell up in fifth. Mitch Heller. Ross Booth, Trent Brown. A lot of PG-13 guys. Surprise, surprise. There's David Berry. Good qualifying effort there for the 14 car. Terry Dahl. Jason Kirby over in the 58. And Mark Wilson. Dave Hoffman. Les Turner with a 14th place run. Reed Rundle, Ryan Robertson, Roman Bakov. Yep, I always butcher his name for some reason. Robert over there in the 199er. Shane Hunter, Keith O'Striker, Chris Shieldsmith, Bill Paul Lucky back in here once again in that 81 car. Kevin Kyle back in here, and Mark Kudrowski in here as well. A little bit further back, James Prostell Jr. I like James; he's a good guy. Jim in here as well in 26th, William Kabbalah, and there's Todd Chase. Did not qualify in that car, so we'll see what Todd Chase can do in that number 84. Good looking field here though, as you look here as we get set to start pacing here around Summit Point. Where's these guys graded up at? Yeah, they are on the front stretch. Okay, I was like, where are these guys graded up at? So we'll start rolling here in just a moment and get this race underway. I haven't seen a pace lap here in a minute from Summit Point, so it's been a while since we've seen that. Let me know, guys know. Let me know what you think as we get set to go. Share this broadcast just a few places here. Week number 3 set to get underway. I'm sorry, week number 2 set to get underway. Or is this 3? Yeah, this is 2. I can't remember. Cars work through turn 1. You guys can see exactly. Let's actually hop on board. You guys can get a good idea of what this track actually looks like as they work out of turn 1. Done a short little straightaway. And then you see them coming up on this one. This is a good little fun turn right here. Turn 3 is pretty sharp left-hand turn. A lot of guys tend to go off and have some issues. This right here is where a big one could actually happen at. So kind of a fast left-hand turn. Some guys take it too fast, though. Little straightaway here into turn 4. We'll work down the hill right here. And we're still right on board with Alex LaRose right now, working down the hill into turn 4. This is pretty much what, this wouldn't be called the S's, but this is a sharp turn 5 coming up on. Pretty hard braking zone right about here at that tree. You start braking pretty heavily into a left-hand corner. And then back into turn 6 and 7, which is a right-hand turn. And then basically you start your S's, is what I like to call them. Basically a big S turn right here. Alex is giving us a warming up of his tires. But here is the S section, as I like to call it, turns 7, 8, and 9. There are 7. Well, actually, that back there was 8, and then here is 9. From there, we begin a small elevation change up the hill and then down the hill in turn 10. And that will be the final corner that they are coming up on. Good looking field here tonight. 28 cars taking a green flag here in the Summer Series. Being led by that 64 of Alex LaRose and Colin Weatherholt. Pace car pulls off. We are set to get green. Here from Summit Point. Round number 2. Set to take place. We are waiting. We are waiting. Green flag. Going to be out in the air. We're racing here from Summit Point. Watch turn 1. It could be a doozy, as you get a great picture of cars coming in. Already, cars shuffling for that top spot. That's a great looking picture right there. Here they come back down into the left-hand corner. Everybody's pretty clean so far. Right here's one of them turns. There it is. We was talking about it. That could be an issue. Cameron Bidwell slides off the racetrack. You see him sitting there. We just seen it live. He is back on the racetrack. He will be mirrored back in 27th position now. Gonna have a long ways to work his way back up towards the front if he wants to have a good run here. A little bit of pressure being put on right here. Mark Wilson and Reed Rundle on board with Reed as he goes through the S's up the hill here in turn number 9. Oh, there he goes. Reed Rundle going to go around. That was a fun ride. Back in front of traffic. Oh, slams the brakes on. And we'll get out of the way there. But that is not what Reed wanted to have happen. As you see Cameron Bidwell going by. That's one of the moments where things can get ugly in a hurry coming back across the track. Luckily, he does slam the brakes on. Here we go. Ryan Robertson, Roman going at it side by side heading towards turn 1. Ryan going to take that spot away from the 303 car. It also looks like that Robert going to try to take advantage of that as well. Looking around the racetrack right now, everybody pretty much single filed out here watching Paul Gibson. He joined us in the booth last week. Did a great job coming in. We got an issue. Looked like Mitch Heller, that's who it was, backs it around at the exit of turn 10. He's got to be careful here. A lot of cars are going to be coming at him full speed. Looks like he is able to get back on track, but let's see what happened. Did he have help? Nope, just a little bit of a rear lockup and a big spin. Great avoidance there by someone. I'm not sure who that was. It looked like it might have been the kill. Yeah, watch this. This is going to be pretty good here. On board with the kill Kopker. Watch right in front of him. You see Mitch Heller getting the wheel lock up. There he goes. Woo! That was a close one. Great camera work, by the way. I just want to pat myself on the back. The 29 of Dave Hoffman right now inside the top 10. Running right behind that number 53 of Terry Dahl, that Hamburg Brewing Company car. There's Terry. There he is right there on the screen. rotating IPA series. I love that paint scheme that he did. He always does pretty solid ones. Everybody up front spaced out pretty good. Here's Mitch Heller passing Jim. They work through turn 10. Mitch back up to 22nd now after that spin. Talk to Todd Chase. There is Todd Chase. He's just back here getting some laps in. That's the main thing, just a learning experience here. Better way to learn than racing here with some of these guys. Looking around right now, Kevin Kyle, Shane Hunter. Shane Hunter right here racing James Prostell. Looks like James going to give up that spot. Oh, we got another spin off the track. Kevin Kyle has had an issue. That looks very familiar, huh? Here's the replay of this. Oh, there goes Kevin Kyle around. And, oh, I'm sorry. That was actually the replay. I got excited. I forgot I was on a replay. Oh, gosh. That's bad. But you see right there, top three kind of breaking away here. LaRose, Weatherholt, Gibson. Gibson puts down the fastest lap on 1:13.315. But he is working on the back of Colin Weatherholt. Right now, PG-13, 1, 2, 3, 4. Followed by Ross Booth, who is in 5th. You want to get a good lap here right along with Ross. Zippy knows what he's doing out here on the racetrack. Running right behind Nikhil here. It's good. It's going to be a good battle. Oh, there's smoke. Colin Weatherholt has had an issue. You see the cars go by. Everybody's having an issue in that corner today. Oh, we got another one off in the same spot. That was Dave Hoffman. We're going to try to get a replay of both of this. Here is what happened to Colin. He just locks it up a little bit. Looks like a little bit too much trail braking. And right behind, Dave Hoffman's coming in full speed as well. Does he get grass? He does. He actually touches the grass and locks it up. Around he went. And now another issue. Colin Weatherholt again has had an issue. Not sure what happened here, but Weatherholt, who was up inside the top three. Oh. Something happened there to his screen or something, because he actually slows way down. Yeah, you see the brakes being put on and getting out of the way. It looks like he is still rolling, so. Alright, looking around here, let's check in a little bit further back. Alex Rose, Paul Gibson, Nikhil Ross, and then Trent Brown, now your top five. Terry Dahl, David Berry up in 7th. Justin Kirby. Kind of don't have too much knowledge on Justin, or I don't anyway. There's Justin right there, and that McLaren right now. 2 Porsches out front. Actually, not surprised to see the Porsche out front. I'm a little surprised to see the McLaren inside the top 5, running 3rd right now, and then the McLaren right here with Justin. But BMW sits 4th and 5th, but I am not really surprised to see the Porsche. We've seen the Porsche already kind of do what they did last week. They did really well. Colin Weatherholt has been on and off pit road. Remember, you do have to hit pit road at least one time in this race. And I'm going to guess a lot of guys will do that around lap 12 or 13 or so to make it to that halfway point. We'll wait and see how guys do it. Here's Paul Gibson putting some pressure on for the lead on Alex LaRose. Starting to close that gap up as he works through turn 10. It's a great view here Oh, he's going to get a run. He actually closed in about half a tenth right there through that corner. Make that another tenth right there, a full tenth. So he did close in quite a bit on turn 10. It looks like actually closed in a little bit more as well. So Paul here putting a lot of pressure on his teammate right now of Alex LaRose. Alex a good driver, though. It's going to be tough. See right here, the battle for the lead heating up quite a bit. Ross Booth and Kel Kopker. We're kind of watching a bunch of different battles here. I've been sitting here watching live time between a bunch of different drivers, so kind of keeping an eye on kind of both of them, especially inside the top 5. Gibson and Booth as well. Right here's where I'm very anxious to see Gibson in turn 10. Now you see him getting a really good run off turn 10 right there, but he's not quite able to pull out a line just yet. Ross Booth takes a look here. He's going to stay in the line. You also got Justin Kirby working up on the back of Trent Brown a little bit. Then a big line a little bit further back. You can see all these guys in a pretty much single file all the way through. Biggest battle still is for that top spot. You can see LaRose really driving hard here. If we hop on board, you can see him working the car. Going through this section. It's a tough section right here, man. It's so easy to overbrake and spin out under braking, so you got to be a little bit careful there as he works here through 5, 6, and 7. I actually took that turn a little bit better than Gibson did right there. You see a little bit of a gap now, about a car length separating the two. See if Booth pulls out a line here. Coming down the hill. We are in that area where pit stops could be getting ready to happen here on lap 11. Everybody else right now spaced out behind. That's why we're mainly watching this top 3 or top 4. Everybody kind of somewhat spaced out or got a gap between them, a little bit of a gap. I wouldn't say much of a gap, but I would say it does kind of look like a demolition derby out there. Mitch has already worked his way, by the way, back into 14th place. He was back almost last when he spun, so he has worked his way back up to 14th. I feel like he could still definitely grab a top 10. As long as nothing else happens, we could see that happen, and so we'll keep an eye on that. Robertson closing in here on Roman. See if he can grab a spot away for one of these guys. I want to thank everybody also for watching on Twitch. I forgot we was live on Twitch as well. Thanks everybody for watching over there. David Berry, Mark Wilson, and then Terry Dahl. David Berry right there in the middle. You see that Valvoline number 14 car trying to catch up. Terry's done a great job. Up to P14 right now. He's up 3 spots. Right now our biggest mover is 6 spots up. Roman and then Chris Shieldsmith and James Prostel Jr. up 6 spots from where they started. That's a positive. The biggest dropper, the biggest, I don't want to say loser, but the biggest dropper so far is 22 spots, and that's Colin Weatherholt, who had issues, and Cameron Bidwell, who's down 17 spots. Actually, everybody inside the top 15 is actually up spots besides Mitch Heller from where he had his incident, but everybody is on the positive side of things, which is kind of crazy. Ross Booth may take a peek to the inside, or to the outside here. Not going to happen. Les Turner has hit pit road. There's Les coming down that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles car. Let's see what kind of total time pit lane he has here. This kind of gives us an idea when everybody stops compared to what everybody, does or don't do. Oh, a little bit of stutter on actually getting out of the box, but still pretty solid pit stop, it looks like. As he got a 26-second flat stop, still have 12.6 seconds on pit road. So we'll watch for some other guys to hit pit road here soon, here on lap 13. What happened here? I think we had a slow car. Roman has had an issue. 303 off the track. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy we're seeing so many issues. William Kabbalah also on pit road. It's kind of crazy that we're seeing so many issues. I mean, a lot of guys are very familiar with the track. They're just getting in this GT4 a little bit too hot, it seems like. Not really sure what's causing it, but it does seem like there's quite a bit of issues happening with it. Look it up a little bit further here. Did not actually. Who's that? It's a lap down right there. William Kabbalah. That's right. He just texted pit lane. We got Justin Kirby on pit lane. See what kind of lap time he does. Justin and Mark Wilson both is on their pit box, or in their pit box now. Let's see what kind of lap time. We're looking for anything less than 26 would be good. Total time on pit lane. So there you see Kirby going down and away. Pretty solid stop there, 25.5. And Mark Wilson, a really solid stop at 23.5. So now we're going to say anything around a 23-second stop will be good. Shieldsmith also just exited pit lane, 24.9. I see we'll blend back in with the rest of the field. And up front is still Gibson chasing Alex LaRose, and here they come, both leaders on pit lane. This could make or break both of these guys. We'll have to wait and see, but here comes Alex LaRose alongside Partner in crime Paul Gibson, second place. In the boxes they are. Looking for anything under 24 will be solid. Gotta go now. Okay, so he's done it away. He actually took the same amount of fuel as Gibson and will come back out in front. 12.4, 24 total time. So there you go, 24 seconds for LaRose at a 25-second stop. Nikhil's on pit road. He just left. Mitch Heller is on pit road. We watch him right there in that white car. You see Terry Dahl leaving pit road. Terry had a solid stop at 24.5. Heller down and away, 24.6. Pretty solid there. Shane Hunter had a 22-second stop. Very interesting. See if that's enough to make sure he gets to the finish line. Ross Booth taking the lead over now. He will be hitting pit lane here very soon as well, as mostly everybody has hit pit road with the exception of a few. Todd Chase, Cameron Bidwell hasn't. Reed Rundle, Robert in the 199, David Berry and Ross Booth has not. Everybody else has been on and off pit road already. So looks like Ross Booth's going to stay out at least for this lap. We'll see if David Berry comes in. Yes, Berry is coming in the 14 car. We will check back with Robert here in just a moment as well. Yep, there comes the 199. He's making his stop. I'm going to guess Reed Rundle probably will look to come in. He's to the right side, so I'm going to guess, yeah, he is definitely coming in as well. From there, it'll be just Cameron Bidwell, Jim in the 34, Todd Chase, and Kevin Kyle. That's not hit pit road. We may have just had Cameron Bidwell caught speeding, by the way. He actually pretty heavily on the brakes there. That's going to be close. Reed Rundle, you see right there in his box. He'll be exiting pit road here momentarily. 10.9 seconds worth of fuel. Looks like a pretty solid stop here. 23.7, pretty solid there. Bill Paul Lucky is on and off pit road. There's Jim and Todd Chase. Definitely could get a little bit hotter on pit road in that situation, but once again, still learning a lot about it. There is Ross Booth on pit lane. We'll see what Ross does. Total time on pit lane. This all should cycle back over to Alex LaRose, and it will. But here is Ross Booth. Going to give up a little bit of time here. 9 seconds worth of fuel, but a solid stop, 21.4. It will be enough to get him to the end. But he pitted so much later than these guys. LaRose still out front, with Paul Gibson still traveling right behind him. Here's who I've been impressed with. Terry Dahl right now running P8. So Terry now in front of David Berry. Mark Wilson up in 7th. Mark doing a nice job here tonight. In 7th place, running right behind Justin Kirby. These guys have kind of hung around right there in that 6th, 7th, and 8th position all night long so far. Here we go, up front. Paul Gibson looks to make a move. Side by side, LaRose going to have the preferred line going into turn 1. LaRose going to give Gibson the outside, or the inside, should I say. Almost making contact. This is now Gibson going to have the preferred line right here. Oh boy. And Paul Gibson takes the lead off the track, back on the track. He takes the lead. What a move by the 31, able to take that spot away. He said he was looking forward to getting in here and racing this week with these guys. Now he is going to have his hands full. LaRose may not go down easily here by any means, as you see on board with Alex. Paul waiting to the last moment of the race to make a couple moves here. On board with LaRose as he works on the straightaway here. Completing another lap. Still trailing Paul Gibson now. Let's check back through the field to see if there's any other close position battles. Right here. 29, Dave Hoffman taking the spot away from Reed Rundle. That is 17. Mitch Heller about to try to battle Chris Shieldsmith here as well for the 14th spot. Mitch probably way disappointed in how his race is going. Good battle here watching these two guys go at it with Heller trying to figure out a way around Shieldsmith for the 14th spot. Paul Gibson still leading Alex Rose. If anything starts to change up there, we will jump back up there. Unless Mitch completes his pass, we'll jump up there either way. But Shieldsmith doing a pretty good job defending that 14th spot against Mitch Heller. This is a good learning experience for both these guys. Both drivers really really good at driving. So you see right there, Shieldsmith's going to give the well, actually let Heller go for that 14th spot. Not much of a fight there at all. Coming to 3 laps to go here for Paul Gibson and Alex LaRose. Ross Booth still third to Kill Kopker, 4th place. Kill has been there for a while now in that 4th position. See if LaRose here can get a run up on Paul Gibson here. Guys, by the way, this Sunday we will be live. The American Sim Racing Series. It was actually off last weekend because Father's Day. So we will be back live this weekend. June 27th. Live from New Hampshire. Looking forward to New Hampshire. I haven't been there in a long time. So going to New Hampshire next week for the ASL Series. And then the Eastern Shore Racing League. We will be back with them guys on Tuesday night. Be live over there. Tuesday Night Pro Series, late models. Always fun to watch some dirt stuff. Looking forward to watching them guys go at it. Ryan and his game. Alex LaRose putting some pressure here with 2 laps to go. Trying to close the deal. Paul Gibson looks to get his first win of the season. You seen right there, Alex went off track just a little bit. Actually hurt that 64 car. That may be all the gap needed for Paul Gibson. You see now out to a 2nd lead after that little mishap from LaRose. Les Turner working on a top 10 here. Good for him. He's got to pass Robert and also hold back Shane Hunter. Right now, Les up in 11th place. Well, he's never going to have a chance at the top 10. Robert goes off the track. Les going to try to take advantage. Not able to. How about that? To a braking zone. Wow. What's this? Watch Robert here in this 199 car. Off the track. That's pretty tough to do, to be able to handle it and still keep that position. Good job. White flag is in the air for Mr. Paul Gibson as he looks for the checkered flag here for the first one of the season, with Alex LaRose second, Ross Booth in third. Man, these cars look like there's a handful here. I'm not going to lie. I thought they'd be a lot easier. I mean, a lot of guys have struggled with the handling of these cars, it seems like. As you see Gibson working through the S's here, turn 7, 8, and 9. As he begins the final uphill down to turn 10. Out to a 1.3.5 second lead through turn 10. Paul Gibson joined us in a booth last week, and he's going to see checkered flag. As he works across the start-finish line, Paul Gibson will see the checkered flag here at Summit Point Raceway and take the victory. Alex LaRose, after dominating over half this race, takes P2. Ross Booth, will take away P3 and will cross in third place. Mikkel Kopiker, P4. Back here, pretty good battle back here. Trent Brown going to be taking P5. Justin Kirby 6th. Mark Wilson 7th. Terry Dahl going to cross in 8th. David Berry and Robert going to be close here. Yeah, he'll take 10th. Les Turner and Shane Hunter had a close battle there. Les going to take 11th and Shane 12th. All right, guys, we're going to talk to our winners here in just a moment. Here in the Red Sox Racing Series, you see your race winner right there. Paul Gibson will put it in victory lane. He joined us in the booth last week, and he said he was looking forward to getting back in here. Good racing there by the PG-13 guys and Ross Booth as well. Good to see Ross back in here once again after having some time off, and put it in P3 here tonight. Not too shabs for anybody. He's been in victory lane plenty of times when you don't need to do a burnout. All right, so we will wait for just a moment for Paul Gibson and the rest of the gang to come in. As pretty solid race, as we do got our race winner, Paul Gibson, in the booth. Paul, back in the booth here once again, but this time as a racer and this time in victory lane, man.
Yeah, that was a really good race between Alex and I. That was a lot of fun.
It looked like these cars, man, was tough.
It is incredibly hard to pass.
It looked like it.
Just, they don't pull up on each other very much, and there's just a hair bit of aero push, and it just makes it really tough.
It looked like
up next to somebody.
It looked like really off turn 10, the final corners where you got your big runs on Alex. Yep. It looked like everywhere else, you guys was pretty even. He was better in some sections, but turn 10, man, you was able to pull alongside. He gave you the outside, but you was able to stay side by side and take the inside away for the next corner.
I just thought if I could just stay beside him and be alongside him for turn 3, I can probably squeak by right there, and that, it just kind of worked out. But yeah, that was real close, real tough. I barely tapped him in one of those, and it should have been a 0x. We didn't even feel it, but it gave us both a 4x. So
wow,
sorry, Alex.
Man, you said you was looking forward to getting here to race, and you proved it again.
Yeah.
GT4 here at Summit Point, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, just the PG-13 and especially Alex. Man, great race. That was a lot of fun. And then we did really well in qualifying. We lost a couple guys in the race, but
wasn't the only one.
Summit's just a real tough track. There's no brake markers. There's kind of weird ends to the pavement and beginnings of grass, and it just can catch you out really easy, especially when you're kind of blinded following a car. So. Yep.
Sure. Hey, man, good job tonight.
Thanks.
Thanks, buddy. There you go. Paul Gibson as your race winner puts it in victory in the lane. Next up, Alex LaRose led over half the race. Probably hates hearing me say that, but walks away still with second place finish, man. Alex, honestly, a good race, man. Came down to the end between you and Paul.
Yeah, losing to Paul isn't so bad.
Not all the time.
Super surprised. Super surprised I got pole. Honestly, usually not able to put together laps in qualifying, but that was I was happy with that. And having Paul behind you for that many laps, it makes me overdrive the car a little bit, and I think I was just leaning on the front tires too much, and toward the end I just didn't have the front grip I needed, especially in that the third sector. That's where he was really getting me there. So
yeah, I was going to talk to you about turn 3. It looked like he was trying to push the car really hard and ran off the track a little bit, and that looks like ultimately kind of cost you or gave a gap to Paul a little bit.
Yeah, I knew I'd have to pull out something to start closing the gap to him. And I was just trying to open up turn 3 a little bit, and my right side tires just very barely clipped the grass,
right.
Which is, when that happens here, you pretty much end up in the wall. So I just opened up the wheel and rode it out. Got kind of lucky, but yeah, there's no way I was catching him.
Either way, man, pretty impressive being out front leading like you did. What's your thoughts heading to Donington next week?
Ooh, Donington. It's going to be a very similar race to this one. It's another narrow track, not very long, not as bumpy, so maybe some more opportunities to pass. But we'll see. Should be a fun one.
For sure, man. Hey, good job tonight. Any shout-outs you want to give out?
Yeah, I guess I'll return the shout-out to Paul. It's always fun practicing with him and chasing him, and I think I wouldn't be anywhere near second place if I wasn't constantly chasing his lap times and learning from him. So shout-out to Paul.
Man, good job tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. There you go. Alex will finish second. Now we get to talk to one of our famous friends, Zippy, here with us in the booth. Ross. Third place tonight, man. GT4. What's your thoughts on these GT4s, especially around here?
Well, the weekend before I drove LMP2, and then jumping in a GT4 car is a huge change of pace. These cars have zero brakes, and this Beamer has tons of understeer in it, but I had fun racing Nikhil there. I was sort of just behind him, trying to learn a little bit behind him. I think if I would have known the Beamer was so good on gas, I might have passed him and might have been a little bit closer to first or second there, but those guys were lights out tonight.
Man, it looked like these cars, we talked to Gibson about it a minute ago. He kind of hit on it. So tough to pass. He was talking about that they had trouble pulling up and drafting a little bit down these straightaways. Are you surprised by that? I know these cars are a little bit slower than what we normally drive, but it did look like it was tough to pass in certain areas.
Yeah. I mean, this track is just so narrow, and the front stretch really isn't that long. Do you even get into 6? I can't even remember.
I don't think so. I don't think I've seen anybody hit 6.
So there isn't enough draft for anybody to go by, really. But I mean, it's about qualifying and being smooth. I think I gained 3 positions on the first lap just by being smooth and not making a mistake. So that's just what this racing's about. And yeah, either adapt or you don't, right? So I don't know.
Sure. Man, good to see you back in here in the car again. Hope everything's going well. Any shout-outs or anything like that you want to give out?
I'll just shout out to the league. We had 28 guys. That's awesome in a summer series like this. Everyone's usually out and about, so that's awesome to see. And just shout out to Paul and Alex. They drove one heck of a race. Their pace was very good.
For sure, dude. Hey, keep doing what you're doing. We'll talk to you here soon.
See ya.
Thanks a lot, buddy. There you go. There is Ross Booth finishing P3. Overall, pretty good race. Paul and them guys hit it kind of on the head, talking about how tough it was to pass. It was fun to watch, though. Gibson, LaRose, Booth, Kopker up inside the top 4. Trent Brown 5th. So you got 4 PG-13 guys inside the top 5 with Ross Booth sandwiched in the middle. Justin Kirby. Good effort for Justin, by the way. 6th place run. Not bad. Mark Wilson, a good finish for him. Terry Dahl with top 10 finish. David Berry, Robert right there in 10th. Good run for him as well. Les Turner, not a bad finish. 11th place. Shane Hunter, Ryan Robertson, Mitch Heller did have issues. Chris Shillsmith, Reed Rundle, Dave Hoffman, Weatherholt also issues. Roman, we've seen, I think, had issues as well. And Pro still, I think, had some issues. Bill Palucki, Keith Ostraker, we know Bidwell did. Jim right there in 24th. Kevin Kyle, Todd Chase, William Kabbalah, Mark Kudrowski. That'll do it, though, guys. Hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. It was fun. A little bit different, so looking forward to next week when we head to Donington. I don't really know what to think about going there. So, yeah. You guys have a great night. We'll talk to you later.